Well, as our speaker said, my name is Dave, and I have the joy of celebrating my 60th birthday earlier this year. And frankly, I didn't think I would ever live to be 60 years old because it just sounds so old. I remember just last week I was 21. And before that I was like 16. And I remember my 16-year-old cousin telling me, "Boy, life sucks." And I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah, don't you think life sucks?" And I says, "No, life is really not bad." And so I discovered at that time that there are some people in life who actually have a different attitude about life than others. Some people take a positive look towards life in general, and some people tend to be a little more pessimistic. You know, the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. I'm just curious if I can take a poll in here. How many would raise their hands, and don't be self-conscious, but how many would truly say with conviction that they are happy and are living a happy life? Right, not everybody, but you know, a fair amount of people. Well, my challenge to you, this is my entertaining speech, so I'm going to hopefully entertain you to see that you too, even those who didn't raise your hands, can also have a goal. It's not too late. If you're 8 or 88, you can still decide that you're going to live a happy life. So what does it take? Well, it starts with attitude, because they say attitude is everything, right? You've all heard that. And I think of the boy who saw the big mountain of horse poop, and he went in there aggressively shoveling it out because his father told him how to do it. And someone asked him, "Why are you so excited about shoveling horse manure?" He says, "Well, with all this horse manure in here, there must be a pony under there somewhere." So that's an example of great attitude. You know, life gives you a lemon, you turn it into lemonade. Now, when I was 21, I had the fortune of falling in love with a woman who I didn't know at the time, but she would change my life. Because I was just a dummy, and yet love struck me. And 40 years later, I'm still married to this woman, and she's a wonderful woman. She taught me so much. But I can look back over those 40 years, and I have lived a happy life. And I didn't even know the things like children that I was supposed to have, like grandchildren, that would help me have a happy life. That's my grandchild back there. He's 10 years old. Say hello, Cole. And he's one of the joys of my life. And my job is to help him see that he too can have a happy life. That it all depends on attitude. And as you know, sometimes 10-year-olds don't have the best attitude, especially if you have to tell them, "No, you can't do that. No, you can't eat that. No, you can't watch that." But Cole's learning, and so am I, because adults are the same way. Sometimes adults have their toys, right? They say the only difference between a man and a boy is what? Anybody know? Price of their toys. That's right. So sometimes, and that's why I just heard on the radio that 35% of Americans are in some form of collection in their bills. 35% are getting phone calls from collection agencies on an average debt of $5,500. So that means, you know, maybe the high would be 20,000 and the low would be, you know, 1,000. I don't know. But I do know that many people seem to be living above their means. But my challenge to you all is to stop, take time, go home early, and listen. Listen to yourself. Listen to your conscience. Listen to your wife. Listen to your kids. Smell the coffee. Smell the flowers. And do what you feel like doing. Just for a moment. Don't be irresponsible. But everyone has passions. Everyone has things that they wish they could do if they only had more time. If they only had more money. If they only weren't married. If they only were married. If they only didn't have kids. If they only did have kids. And I would challenge you, because I'm a caregiver, for those of you who don't know. My wife had a stroke 19 years ago. And so she lost her speech with her stroke, and she is paralyzed on her right side. And that would normally put anybody who's her caregiver out of business. It would normally sentence them to a prison sentence. Oh my gosh, now I've got to watch my wife, I'm her caregiver, can't go on vacations, not going to have any more fun. But you see, that's attitude again. You can sentence yourself to a life prison sentence because you're a caregiver to a disabled person, or you can say, this isn't going to affect me. And so we continue to have fun, we continue to travel. There's a lot of places that take power wheelchairs, which she has. Cruise ships, great place to go. But besides that, we act normal. We joke around. We fight. We do all the things we used to do before, and we have fun doing it. We raise our grandchildren. Cole is staying with us for 5 weeks. Can you imagine having your grandson over your house for 5 weeks? My wife wasn't crazy about the idea, but I convinced her it would be a good thing. And now in 3 weeks, we're going to be going to Washington to see our other kids who moved away over there, because we had them sign a contract when they were younger that they would never move away. But I don't know how to enforce that contract. So we're going to visit them, and Cole's coming with us, so it'll be exciting. And one of my grandchildren over there has got a problem. He got involved with the wrong kids, and he's got a drug problem at 15 years old. Can you imagine having a drug problem at 15 years old? And so he went in the system, juvenile hall, and this and that. So I think it's a great opportunity to show my other grandson, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go down that road. So let me just say that at 60 years old, I don't know how much longer I'm going to live. I hope I don't live too much longer because it just hurts so much. But I could live another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, who knows? But you know what? I'm going to make sure that the rest of those years are happy years. And I'm going to borrow a quote from the Apostle Paul in the Bible, of all people. And this is what I want on my tombstone. If any of you are still around, please make sure it's on there. I fought the fight, I ran the race, and I kept the faith. Thank you.